Memorial Hermann Wellness Institute. Get a full body scan, heart scan, or virtual colonoscopy to help you find problems early enough to do something about them.
I'm glad you're okay, Daddy.
Schedule your scan today. Call 713-222-CARE. Memorial Hermann, for your whole life.
Half an inning in the books here in the nightcap. Huskies winners in game one, and they will send the top of the order up here in the bottom half of the first inning. Heidi Jaquez, Autumn Sidlick, and Emma Gwendon is going to bat for herself. She will bat third this afternoon. Top three in the lineup, and they're going to be facing off against the right-hander for the Tigers here in game number two. It's Chelsea Baxter. Baxter, a sophomore from Bel Air High School. Delivers high and away for ball one to start things out. To Heidi Jaquez, comes right back with a strike. Evens it up and a ball and a strike. Heidi in game one scored 2 runs. Had 3 hits in that game. Also reached on an error. Takes up and away, ball 2, 2-1. Left-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher, and the pitch misses low and outside to take it to 3 balls and 1 strike. Heidi now with this start. Started every game, and she takes low and away, ball 4, and the leadoff hitter is on for the Huskies. As Jaquez will take the stroll down to first base, and it'll bring up Autumn Sidlick. Sidlick with a 2-run home run in the opener. Autumn is a freshman from Oak Ridge High School. Bunts out in front of the plate. Third baseman Maddie Merrick is going to come in, throws to first in time to get Sidlick. Sacrifice bunt is good, though. Autumn will move Heidi Jaquez down to second base. And it'll bring up Emma Gwendon. Right-handed hitter. She is pitching. She got 1 plate appearance in the opener. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Looked like Baxter took something off that pitch. Gwendon was out in front of it. It's 0-1 with 1 out here in the bottom half of the first inning. There's a ground ball through the left side in between the third baseman and the shortstop. Jaquez will have to stop at third base. She had to wait to see if it was going to get through before she could advance, and she'll go to third. And on with the first hit of the ball game for the Huskies is Gwendon, and it'll bring up the shortstop, Demi Yannick. So the Huskies, who scored 3 runs in the first inning of game one, trying to put some runs on the board early here and jump out to another lead against TSU. And the right-hander delivers to Yannick, up and away, ball 1. Baxter, a graduate of Bel Air High School, now playing for TSU. We've got a lot of local products, obviously, on the roster. Off-speed pitch comes in and is called strike 1. 1-1 the count. Demi had an RBI in game one. In that 3-run first inning, she drove home the first run of the ball game. Trying to do the same thing here, but pops it up on the infield. Shortstop comes in and makes the play. That'll be out number 2. Yannick is retired. So it'll be up to Sierra Humphrey, the number 5 hitter in the lineup for the Huskies, to try and get a run across here. Left-handed hitter. Starting in center field again for the Huskies here in game number 2. She is 1 for 4 on the afternoon. And waits on the first pitch. It's outside, ball 1. Walk to Heidi Jaquez. Started the bottom half of the first here. She was bunted over to second by Sidlick. Gwendon with a little roller in the hole on the left side. Got through for a base hit. She's on first now. with Jaquez over at third. Pitch misses low and away for ball 2, 2-0. Yannick waits, and this pitch misses off the outside corner. Baxter reacted like she wanted that call, but did not get it from the home plate umpire. The count is 3-0. Yannick taken all the way, and she will take high, and it's ball 4, second walk here of the first inning. And the Huskies now have the bases loaded with 2 outs. So Brooke Bushman will step in and get a plate appearance here. Each team with a single hit so far. The Huskies trying to put some runs on the board here. Bushman with the open stance from the left-handed batter's box. Chops the first one foul behind home plate. Bushman, a senior. She went to Ridge Point High School down in Fort Bend ISD. Off-speed pitch comes in for a strike. Hard to stay back and watch for that changeup. And you're looking for something a few miles an hour faster, and there's another one lobbed in there. Throw down to third. Back in with a dive at the bag is Jaquez. That pitch was high. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Baxter ready to go again. There's a chop foul. Bushman checked her swing, but high pitch got a piece of her bat. Count stays a ball and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the first, no score yet. And the pitch is called strike 3. She lobbed it in there. Little breaking ball, and Bushman took it looking. First strikeout of the ball game for the Tigers. Ends the inning. Huskies leave the bases loaded on a hit and 2 walks, but do not score, and we head to the second with no score on the board here at Husky Field.
Coming to you in Living Cola.
The joy of cola.
Refreshing Pepsi Cola from the wonderful folks who put the R in cola.
Second inning about to get underway here. No score after the Huskies win game 1, 6-2. We got baseball going on this afternoon here on campus just across the way. Huskies find themselves down to the Northeastern Huskies. 9-6 is the score. 9-8 is the score now. Late in that ball game. As Maddie Merrick, the third baseman, steps in to lead off the second against Emma Gwendon, and the first pitch is off the outside corner to the right-handed hitter. Ball 1. Marissa Padron, the catcher, will follow, and then Kenzie Wilson due up third here in the top of the second. Pitch comes in low. One ball, 1 strike. Gwendon looks in. She wears the face mask out there in the circle. Swing and a miss. Tailed away from the right-handed hitter. Merrick couldn't lay off, couldn't catch up. So she falls behind in the count, 1-2. Pitch is swung on, popped up. Foul down the third base side, and let's see if it's going to stay in play. There is no play on it. So it'll drop for a foul ball, and Merrick stays alive in the batter's box. Lead for the Tigers in the opener, and shoots one foul here down the opposite way, right field line. Falls behind 0-1. Tigers played a single game midweek up in Huntsville. That was their opener back on the 13th, Wednesday night against Sam Houston State. They lost that game 7-2, but Padron had the 2 RBIs for the Tigers in that game. She takes a strike there, and the count goes to 0-2. Padron added an RBI in game 1 here. She had the first run batted in for the Tigers this afternoon. There's a roller to short. Yannick and delivers, fouled off, right back behind the plate. Wilson got a pinch hit appearance on Wednesday night against Sam Houston State. She was 0 for 1. Swing and a foul ball off the first base side, up and out of play. And the count moves to 0-2. Right-handed hitter against a right-handed pitcher. Sidlick is up in front of the bag at third, guarding the line. There's an off-speed pitch, just missed outside. Jaquez was trying to buy the call, framed that pitch for just a brief moment, but could not get the call from the home plate umpire, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch is fouled back again. Wilson stays alive with 2 outs here. The top of the second, no score yet on the board. Each team with a hit early in this game. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout of the game and of the inning. Ends the second inning for the Tigers. And it breaks us with an inning and a half in the books. No score on the board. You're listening to the Husky Sports Network.
Run with UA Map My Run. With your UA connected footwear, you can leave your phone behind. However, if you choose to run with it, the UA Map My Run app will give map views of your route and a deeper look at your workout with additional stats.
We are Under Armour. The future is ours. Under Armour.
I'm Robin. And I'm Chris. We're the brothers behind Firehouse.
Baxter ready to go again. There's a looper out behind second base. Backing up on it is the second baseman, Wilson, and she gets out there, makes the catch, falling to the turf, but records the letters, and it's 3 balls and a strike, and there's a pitch on the outside corner for strike 2, and that'll fill it up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and out in the books here in the second inning for the Huskies. No score yet. And Parker waits. That one misses off the outside, and she throws over to Lotz, covering one more time. That bunt hit a little bit harder, chopped to the third base side, and Sidlick did not have to come in as far, had a little bit easier play, but Lotz was trying to make it over to cover first base, and so she had to get there and still stretch out. Another sacrifice bunt. Moves Castro to third. Now she is at third with 2 outs. Tabanay Tate stands in. Tate, the left fielder, left-handed hitter. Huskies up by a run, and the Tigers trying to tie it up. There's a pitch. It is called a strike on the outside corner. It's a ball and a strike. Leadoff walk for Haley Castro. She's now at third base with 2 outs, and there's a pitch off the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. Huskies, as we mentioned, going to be on the road next weekend up in Natchitoches. They will play in the tournament hosted by Northwestern State. Here's the pitch. Fouled back up into the screen. Huskies are on the books for 5 games next weekend, and 2 of those will be against Northwestern State, so they'll get a look at what would normally be a conference opponent early in the season. Gwendon ready to go, and there's a fly ball out into left center field. On the run is the center fielder, and as Humphrey can't hang on to it, it's off the wall. Run will score, and into second base with a double is going to be Tate. Long run for Sierra Humphrey on that one. And it looked like she had almost tracked it down, but just could not get there and hang on. Would have been a great play if she had, but a run comes across, and Tate has an RBI, and we're tied up at 1-1. It'll bring up Danielle Saunier. She had a base hit her first time up. In fact, the Huskies have yet to get her out today. Perfect in the opener. She went 2 for 3 against Sam Houston State. So for every plate appearance she's had this year, her opponents have only retired her 1 time so far. Right-handed hitter steps in against Gwendon, and the pitch is fouled off. Opposite way down the right field side, up and out of play. No balls and a strike. Saunier is a sophomore. She went to Fort Bend Christian Academy here in the Houston area. Gwendon ready to go. Delivers inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Huskies with a run in the bottom half of the second. The Tigers have answered with a run here in the third. And they've got a runner in scoring position out at second base in Tevin A. Tate. Saunier, the cleanup hitter, has a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Strike called down around the knees on the inner half of the plate, and it takes the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gwendon with 2 outs, trying to get out of the second inning, still tied up at 1. And she's ahead in the count to Saunier. Ready to go and delivers. Swung on, sharply hit down the left field side. Another hit for Saunier. This one will give the Tigers the lead. An RBI single shot past Autumn Sidlick at third base. And it's 2-1 TSU. Saunier with her first RBI of this game, and again she is on base for the Tigers, and then good little start to her season continues. There's a strike call to the right-handed hitting Paige Jackson, grounded out to first base unassisted to end the first inning, and shoots one into left field. It's going to loop in front of Melton out there in left field, and will drop in for another base hit. Saunier will move into second base, and they will have runners at first and second with 2 outs here. So the leadoff walk to the number 9 hitter has come back to haunt Emma Gwendon here just a little bit, as a couple of runs are home. 2 runners still on base, and now looks like we're going to see a pinch hitter here for Maddie Merrick, and it is going to be Ashlyn Taylor. Taylor, a freshman from Caddo Mills, is coming in. Taylor was a pinch hitter in game number 1, and so she will pinch hit here. She's listed as a catcher on their roster. We'll see if Merrick re-enters the game after this at bat. But in there with 2 outs and 2 on is Taylor. Takes a strike from Gwendon. start out 0-1. Taylor had a base hit in her pinch hit appearance in the 6th inning of game number 1. And shoots a foul down the right field side. Off the screen and down the track beyond the first base dugout. It's 0-2 with 2 outs here. Couple of runs across here in the top of the 3rd. First time this afternoon that TSU has had a lead. In fact, the first time this season that they've had a lead in just their 3rd game. There's a pitch that's up and out of the zone. Taylor thought about swinging, but she holds up. The count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Bushman and Sidlick in on the corners. There's a pitch up and away. Straight away in the outfield. Wind has picked up a little bit. It's blowing out. Straight towards center field. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Taylor, and she swings and stays alive. Fouls one straight back. Count stays 2-2. If Taylor reaches, Padron, the catcher, is due up next. She waits in the on-deck circle. Gwendon would rather see her in the 4th inning. The pitch up and inside, fills it up at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Gwendon, who started the inning with a walk to Haley Castro, has since given up a double and a couple of singles, trying to wind her way out of this inning. And here's the pitch, swung on and missed. She will strike out Taylor. That'll end the 3rd inning, but TSU puts 2 runs on the board on 3 hits, and they strand 2 runners. We head to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Huskies trail now 2-1 on the Husky Sports Network.
It would be great if human beings were great at being human. And if all of mankind were made up of kind women and kind men. It would be wonderful if common knowledge was knowledge commonly known. And if the light from being enlightened into every heart was shown. It would be glorious if neighbors were neighborly and indifference a forgotten word. It would be awesome if we shared everything and being greedy was absurd. It would be spectacular if the golden rule was golden to every man. And the good things that we ever did was everything that we can.
Treating others like we'd like to be treated has always been our guiding principle.
Marriott Houston West Chase, a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
We head to the bottom half of the 3rd inning here at Husky Field. Softball doubleheader for you this afternoon on the Husky Sports Network. Glad you've joined us for the ride this afternoon, as the Huskies find themselves trailing for the first time in either game today. Leading it off here in the bottom half of the 3rd is Demi Yannick, the shortstop, cleanup hitter for the Huskies. Popped out to short her first time up, shoots a foul down the 3rd base side. Careens off the facing of the dugout and rolls out toward left field. RBIs in the top half of the 3rd for Tate and Saunier. There's a shot into right field. It's going to hang up, though, and the right fielder is over and under and makes the catch for out number 1. Yannick has retired for the 2nd time this afternoon. Out number 1 here in the 3rd, and it'll bring up Sierra Humphrey. Humphrey, the left-handed hitter, center fielder for the Huskies. Reached on a walk in the 1st inning. One of 3 base runners the Huskies left on. Baxter now works with a lead. There's a looper foul down the 3rd base side. Sierra will back out. Baxter gets the softball back, and she's ready to go. And Humphrey will step back in. The delivery outside skips off the glove of the catcher, Padron, off to the first base side. No runners on base, so no damage done there for TSU. The count is a ball and a strike to the Huskies center fielder. Brooke Bushman waits on deck. There's a pitch up and away. Ball 2, 2-1. Huskies have left 5 runners on base in the first 2 innings here. You hope, if you're a Huskies fan, that won't come back to haunt them later on. Here's the pitch from Baxter. Looper out behind shortstop. It's going to hang up, though, and the left fielder comes in, makes the catch. That is Tevin A. Tate, who records out number 2. So a couple of looping fly balls here to start the 3rd inning for the Huskies. 2 up, 2 down, and it brings up Brooke Bushman, the first baseman. Bushman, a left-handed hitter. He's going to shoot one by the shortstop. Trying to make a diving play on it for the Tigers was Haley Castro. She got a glove on it but couldn't come up with it, and that'll be a base hit for Brooke Bushman. Huskies' 4th hit of the afternoon. And with 2 outs, it'll bring up Amber Lotz, the second baseman. Right-handed hitter against a right-handed pitcher, and there's a strike from Baxter. Baxter looked a little bit shaky in the first inning. Gave up the single run in the second. Quickly retired the first 2 here in the 3rd. There's a chopper foul right behind home plate. And the count quickly goes to 0-2 here. 2-1 is our score. Huskies down by a run in the bottom of the 3rd, and Baxter ready to deliver up and outside. Bushman bluffed off of first base, but does not go. And the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Baxter ready to go again, and there's a foul ball off to the first base side. It'll get out of play behind the stands here. Amber Lotz is back in the box. She's ready to go with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Baxter delivers strike 3, called at the knees. Baxter gets the call there and strikes out Amber Lotz, and that'll end the 3rd inning for the Huskies. They get a hit but strand a runner. Now 6 base runners stranded through the first 3 innings, and they trailed 2-1 on the Husky Sports Network.
Box combo with the lemonade, please.
At Raising Cane's, we do one thing, and we do it better than anyone else. So why not let our food do the talking? We hand-cut our lemons daily. They're fresh squeezed and mixed with 100% natural cane sugar.
Love in the window.
Raising Cane's, only the best chicken finger meals. One love.
At Shipley Donuts, we make our donuts from scratch every single day. Nothing trucked in, frozen. And we are Texas born and raised since 1936. Not like those other guys. Shipley Donuts.
Anyone can get you ready. Holiday Inn Express gets you the readiest. Because ready gives a pep talk. Showtime. But the readiest gives a pep rally.
Holiday Inn Express. Be the readiest.
Top half of the 4th inning on the way here at Husky Field. Huskies trail 2-1. Game across the way between Huskies baseball and the Northeastern Huskies is 11-8, Northeastern on top. We had an 8-run 5th inning in that game and are hanging on to a 3-run lead late. Emma Gwendon out to start the fourth inning for the Huskies. Delivers one up and away. Ball one. Marissa Padron, the catcher for the Tigers, stands in, a right-handed hitter. 0 for 1 here in the nightcap. Waits on the 1-0 pitch and shoots a pop-up out behind second base. Going out is a shortstop, Demi Yannick, and she snow cones it but hangs on for out number 1. Padron is retired on a pop-out to the shortstop. And it'll bring up Kenzie Wilson. Wilson, a strikeout victim her first time up. And Gwendon delivers, popped up foul, back up over the press box here. Up and out of play. No balls and a strike. Gwendon steps back. Told you she got 8 innings of work in 2 games last weekend. Got 2/3 of an inning to get a save here in the opener. There's a strike called. No balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting second baseman, Kenzie Wilson. 1 out here in the top of the 4th, and that one comes up and away. A ball and 2 strikes. Gwendon with 3 strikeouts in this game so far. Had 2 in the first game. There's a pop-up. Shortstop again. Demiana going to back out, and she will call everybody off and make the catch for out number 2. Back-to-back pop-outs start the 4th inning for the Tigers. And it'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Haley Castro. Castro drew a walk to open up the 3rd inning and got everything going for the Tigers in that 2-run 3rd inning that's given them their 2-1 lead here. Each team with 4 hits in the ball game. Castro stands in, closes up the stance as the pitch is delivered. And it's outside, ball 1, 1-0. Gwendon looks in for the sign, 1-0 count, and it's up and away, ball 2. Told you about the baseball team trailing in the 9th inning of their game. They've got a 3rd game slated for tomorrow afternoon here on campus. Opening weekend for baseball this weekend. They won their opener yesterday. They have some work to do in the 9th inning. There's a shot foul just outside the line at 3rd. Sidlick was right on the line to guard against a shot like that. Castro couldn't keep it fair. And it's 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Also told you about Huskies women's basketball. They fall today over at Sharp Gym. 58-55 the final there. Here's the pitch from Gwendon, and it's outside, ball 3, 3-1. So again, this number 9 hitter in the TSU lineup causing some fits for Emma Gwendon here. She drew a walk her first time up, scored their first run. Now has a 3-1 count with 2 outs and pops one up. This one's going to be in foul territory, but Autumn Sidlick is over there and will make the catch. 3 pop outs here in the 4th inning, and it winds up being a 1-2-3 inning for Emma Gwendon. And we're midway through here. Huskies down by a run, 2-1 on the Husky Sports Network.
What's on your mind, kid? Make it fast.
I'd like to work here at Jimmy John's, world's greatest gourmet sandwich shop, sir.
Why do you want to work at Jim John's, kid?
I'm perfect for Jimmy John's.
Doing what?
Delivery.
Delivery?
Delivery.
We deliver pretty fast here at Jim John's.
That's what I heard.
What'd you hear?
You deliver pretty fast here at Jimmy John's.
Then you heard right.
I'm a fast study, sir.
You know the Jim John's slogan?
The Jimmy John's slogan?
Jim John's slogan is sub so fast you'll freak.
Sub so fast you'll freak is a swell slogan, sir.
When people call for a Jimmy John's sandwich, they want it fast.
Then I'm your man, sir.
How so?
Because I'm fast.
Fast at what?
Fast at everything.
Can you deliver fast?
I can deliver fast.
How fast?
I can run a 440 and 220.
Minutes?
No, seconds.
That's fast. You deliver before?
I delivered newspapers before.
Were you fast?
Very fast.
Softball, Huskies 6-2 winners in the opener. Trailed by a run here midway through this one. And Chelsea Baxter back out in the circle for the Tigers. And set to face Cameron Parker, Haley Melton, and Heidi Jaquez, the first 3 hitters here in the 4th. There's a shot on the first pitch out in left center field, and coming over Stephanie Tate, the left fielder. It will hang up, and she will make the catch. Cameron Parker's retired on one pitch here in the fourth, and it'll bring up Haley Melton. Melton with a double her first time up down the left field line. She steps in. And Baxter ready to deliver. There's a shot towards second. One hopper picked by Wilson, and she will throw to first. 2 pitches and 2 outs here in the fourth inning for the Huskies. And so we'll go to Heidi Jaquez. Jaquez, top of the order for HBU. She's walked and singled today. She has been left on base twice. The Huskies in the first 3 innings have stranded 6 base runners in this game. And Jaquez takes a strike here on the first offering from Baxter. Early in this game, to be honest, it didn't look like Baxter was going to make it too long into this contest, but she settled down a little bit and throws a strike there. And it's an 0-2 count to the left-hand hitting catcher for the Huskies. Jaquez has the Huskies RBI in this game. Here's the pitch. Misses off the outside corner and low. Ball 1-2. That came back in the second inning. She drove home Cameron Parker, who had walked with an out in the second. There's a fly ball left field side. It's going to hang up for Tate again, and she will go over toward the line and make the catch. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for Chelsea Baxter. And we're through 4. The Huskies trail 2-1, and you're listening to it on the Husky Sports Network.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my group. So.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
Headed to the 5th inning here at Husky Field. Lonnie King along with you this afternoon. HBU trying to come from behind here in game number 2 of our doubleheader. Trailing 2-1 as we go to the 5th inning. And leading it off here in the 5th is the leadoff hitter, Zariah Robbins, and she tries to bunt, pops it up, foul back into the screen. 0-1 is the count. Robbins, a left-handed hitter, grounded out to short to open the game. Had a sacrifice bunt back in that 2-run 3rd inning. And is down 0-1 here, tried to bunt again, and this one bounces foul. She got underneath the first pitch, got over the top of the second pitch. Couldn't keep either one of them fair, and the count is 0-2 to the left-handed hitter. Robbins getting the start in center field here in game number 2. And the Huskies move in on the corners looking for another bunt here, and it's outside, 1-2. 1-run ball game. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Tigers of TSU. 1 run on 4 hits for the Huskies. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive snared by Amber Lotz at second base. She reacted. I think that didn't have as much steam on it as it may have looked like coming off the bat. And Lotz looked like she was ready to leap for it, but realized she could hang on and made a nice little play to start the 5th inning here. 1 out. Now it looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter. Let's see. It will be a pinch hitter. Ortiz will not bat here. It will be Ashlyn Moreno. Moreno, freshman from Pearland High School. Got a plate appearance in the first game. And home plate umpire getting notified of the change, and he's going to go over and talk. Now it's official. Pinch hitter will be Moreno. Moreno was a pinch runner in the opener against Sam Houston State. Didn't get an at-bat in that game. Actually came in as a pinch runner in game 1 here. So this is her first plate appearance, and she swings and misses. May have gotten a piece of that one, but foul tips it back into the glove of Heidi Jaquez. No balls and a strike. Moreno, a left-handed hitter. Ortiz was 0 for 1 with a ground out and a sacrifice bunt. There's a pop-up foul, up and out of play. Off to the third base side of home plate. No balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the 5th. Huskies trying to keep it close here. 1-run ball game. Win here in game number 2 would even up the record early in the season at 3-3 as they get ready to head out on the road next weekend. Here's the pitch. Misses off the outside corner. Ball and 2 strikes. Gwendon looks in. She's ready to go, and there's a pop-up on the infield. Lots backing out into shallow right field, and she will be under it and make the catch for out number 2. So Amber has had the first 2 looks here in the 5th inning and taking care of both of them. We got 2 down, and they'll bring up Tebene Tate, the left fielder. Walk back in the first inning, a double, an RBI, and a run scored in that 3rd inning. She, in fact, scored the go-ahead run. Swings through that one and misses for strike 1. Reminder that to wrap up all the activity on campus this afternoon, we've got a men's basketball game tonight as the HBU Huskies will take on the Nichols Colonels. There's a strike called on the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Huskies and the Colonels both come into this weekend with 4-7 records in Southland Conference play, tied for that 9th spot, looking to try and find a way to get into the mix for the Southland tournament. There's a swing and a miss by Tate, and a strikeout for Emma Gwendon. 3 up, 3 down inning, and that is now 7 in a row retired by Gwendon. And we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Huskies trailing 2-1 on the Husky Sports Network.
You can always count on Houston Federal Credit Union to be there for you, because once a member, always a member. Take advantage of all their products and services to help you in all your financial milestones, such as purchasing your first car, planning your dream wedding, buying a home, and planning for retirement. Stop by any of their convenient locations or visit their website, www.houstonfcu.org, and experience the credit union difference today. Dogs up.
I am strong. I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination. Confidence. I trust my gut. No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication. Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
And be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
Under Armour.
You're listening to the Husky Sports Network, powered by DNA Studios.
Bottom half of the 5th inning as we come back to Husky Field. Huskies down by a run. 2-1, and the leadoff hitter is Autumn Sidlick, and she shoots one in the hole on the left side and through into left field for a base hit. And a good start to the 5th inning for the Huskies. Their 5th hit of the ball game. Sidlick is on to lead things off. And now it looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter for the Huskies. Roger Wilhite in from the third base coaching box. Pinch hitter is going to be Jacqueline Garcia, the freshman from Dobie High School in the Pasadena ISD. And she will bat here for Gwendon. Garcia, right-handed hitter, a freshman. She played in 2 of the games last weekend. Got a couple of at-bats. Had a hit. And it was a double. So she is 1 for 2 as she steps in here with a runner on first base. Nobody out in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. She's going to bunt. Lays it down and it rolls foul. I think that careened off her foot or her instep, but she was still in the batter's box. So no damage there to the Huskies' cause. And she will come back, pick up the bat again with an 0-1 count. Steps back in. Baxter out in the circle, ready to go. Delivers. Bunted again. Foul. And this one rolls over to Demi Yannick in the on-deck circle on the third base side. And the count is quickly 0-2 to the freshman from Dobie, Jacqueline Garcia, 5'5", infielder. Baxter with the pitch, low and away, ball 1, 1-2. Sidlick moving around off first base there, trying to draw some attention. But she's not going anywhere, at least not yet. 1 ball and 2 strikes, nobody out. Here's the pitch, shot into left center field. That one's going to find the gap and get to the wall. Around second, heading for third is Sidlick. She will get in standing up, be held there, and in with a double. In a pinch hit appearance is Jacqueline Garcia, so she is now 2 for 3 to start her collegiate career. First hit here on the home turf. And we've got runners at second and third with nobody out to start the 5th inning here. And Demi Yannick, the cleanup hitter, steps in. Infield moves in, and Yannick swings at the first pitch, shoots it foul up high, but out of play. Merrick, the third baseman, went over to give it a look, but well out of play down the third base side. And so it'll be an 0-1 count for Yannick. She steps back out, looks up the third base line, and now is back in the box ready to go. Here's the pitch from Baxter. Comes up and away. Took something off of that one. Ready to go again and delivers another off-speed pitch. 2 balls and a strike is the count. Baxter ready to work and delivers. There's a shot into left field. This one's going to get back, and it's gone. A home run for Demi Yannick. A 3-run blast that gives the Huskies the lead back here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, and it's 4-2 as she steps on home plate, surrounded by her teammates. So Yannick with a 3-run home run, following the leadoff single by Autumn Sidlick and the pinch hit double by Jacqueline Garcia. They both score in front of Yannick. And now we're going to see a new pitcher for the Tigers of TSU. It will be Bailey Daniels, a right-hander, a sophomore from Van, Texas. And while she warms it up, we'll take a quick break here on the Husky Sports Network.
I'm Robin.
And I'm Chris.
We're the brothers behind Firehouse Subs. The last thing anyone needed was another sub shop.
They needed a better one.
We built Firehouse Subs on quality and quantity.
And I'm the quality.
Why my quantity?
Are you kidding?
Try our hook and ladder sub.
Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese.
Yeah, all served steaming hot on a toasted sub roll. Our way beats their way. If you don't agree,
it's free.
On him.
It's on him.
Firehouse Subs, founded by firemen.
The body is incredibly powerful. It's so nimble and fluid, but sometimes we push it too far. That's when you need the strength of Memorial Hermann and our body of affiliated orthopedic.
Bailey Daniels has warmed it up for TSU. She's out there in the circle now with nobody out here in the fifth, following the 3-run home run by Demi Yannick that has given the Huskies a 4-2 lead here. And Sierra Humphrey, the center fielder, steps in, and she takes a strike to start things out. There's an off-speed pitch. Daniels looks like she's got the same or a similar repertoire to Baxter's. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up. This one may stay in play. It's in foul territory, but the first baseman comes over, and that's Saunier. She makes the catch in foul territory for out number 1. Humphrey is retired. And it'll bring up Brooke Bushman. Bushman with a base hit her last time up in the 3rd inning. Struck out to end the first. She's 1 for 2 here in game number 2. And she takes a strike on the first offering. Daniels making her first appearance of the season for the Tigers. There's a foul ball. Rolls off to the first base side. 2-strike count. Left-handed hitting first baseman for the Huskies, Brooke Bushman. 1 out now here in the 5th, but 3 runs across for HBU. There's a breaking ball off the outside corner. 1-2. 4 runs now on 7 hits for the Huskies. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Tigers. Daniels delivers. There's a high pop. Right field side. It's a foul territory, and coming over to make the catch is the right fielder. She will in foul territory, and that is out number 2. That looks like Ortiz back out there in right field. She was pinch hit for by Moreno in the top of this inning. To be honest with you, I can't tell if that's a 12 or a 13 out there in right field. Ivan Smith is telling me he's got better eyes than I do. He's saying it's Moreno instead of Ortiz, so we'll go with that. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, fouled back to the base of the fence behind home plate. Amber Lotz at the plate with 2 outs now. 3 runs across for the Huskies in the bottom half of the 5th inning. There's a little looping liner. Going to short hop to second baseman. Wilson can't find it, and Lotz is going to be safe at first base. Had a little English on it. Yeah, Wilson's going to pick up an error. E4 is going to allow Lotz to reach first base. After she didn't field it cleanly, it dropped right in front of her. She still had time to try and get Lotz at first base, but just could not locate the ball. And here's Cameron Parker. She swings and misses at the first pitch from Daniels. It is behind 0-1. Daniels, a sophomore from Van. She appeared in 10 games in the circle last year. There's a ball outside 1-1. She had a 2-2 record in 2018. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back. Parker falls behind 1-2. As a freshman, she worked 19 2/3 innings, allowed 20 earned runs. So just over a 7 ERA. There's a pop up behind home plate. The catcher, Padron, is there, and she will make the catch in foul territory. So 3 foul pop-ups get the Huskies here in the 5th, but they also get a 3-run home run from Demjanic, and they will carry a 2-run lead into the 6th inning here on the Husky Sports Network.
Specialists. With our renowned Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, they not only get your body back to where it... The body is incredibly powerful. It's so nimble and fluid, but sometimes we push it too far. That's when you need the strength of Memorial Hermann and our body of affiliated orthopedic specialists. With our renowned Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, they not only get your body back to where it was, they get it to go further. It's what makes us more than just hospitals. We are a body of experts. Memorial Hermann, advancing health.
Tammy and I have been going steady since high school.
Tammy and Tommy, 2 peas in a pod, as they say.
We have all the same friends. We like all the same things. I mean, we practically even have the same name.
But there's one thing we could just never agree on.
Soda.
I have been begging him all these years to just try Pepsi, and I knew he would change his tune.
Yeah.
So, finally, I had him take the Pepsi Taste Challenge. And go on, tell him what you told me, Tommy.
I'm a Pepsi man.
Right? Gosh, isn't Pepsi so good?
I tell you what, I don't know why I didn't try it sooner.
Me neither.
Top half of the 6th inning as we come back to Husky Field here on the campus of Houston Baptist University. Saturday afternoon softball for you, and the Huskies are trying to complete a sweep of this 2-game set with TSU. And they've got a 2-run lead as Emma Gwendon comes back into the game, and that will be a shot foul. A long, loud foul ball as Danielle Saunier gave it a ride down the left field side. She got a hold of that one, and she has been an impossible out today for the Huskies. They have not retired her in either game yet. She's got an RBI, a couple of base hits here in the nightcap. Gwendon delivers. There's a pitch off the outside corner. Evens it up with a ball and a strike. Well, the story early here for the Huskies in this game number 2 were runners left on base. They left 6 runners on in the first 3 innings. There's a shot foul down the right field side. Bushman and Lotz are going to give it chase, but neither one will get there. That was the early story. Runners left on, missed opportunities for HBU. But the story late now, it's turned into a big 3-run home run by the shortstop, Demjanic. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Leadoff hitter, Saunier in the box. Gwendon rocks, windmills, delivers, swinging a foul ball. She got a piece of it and fouls it down right in front of Heidi Jaquez behind home plate. Stays alive with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Saunier will be followed by Paige Jackson is due up. We'll see if Jackson's going to bat. It looks like there's a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle for TSU. That pitch misses outside. 2-2. Clarissa Santos is in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. It looks like she will pinch hit for Jackson. But a 2-2 count on Saunier. She shoots one down the right field side. That's over toward the line, and it's going to slice foul. And a nice diving effort by Cameron Parker. But she could not stretch out far enough to reel it in. And so the count will stay 2-2. Saunier stays alive at the plate. 2 runs in the 3rd inning for the Tigers. Gave them a 2-1 lead at the time. The Huskies now have taken the lead back with 3 in the bottom half of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. No, that one gets away from Jaquez. She will pick it up, though, throw down to first base. Strikeout for Gwendon, 2-3 on the putout. So out number 1 is recorded. For Gwendon now, that is strikeout number 5 in the ball game. And it will bring up the pinch hitter, Clarissa Santos, right-handed hitter, sophomore from Medina Valley High School over in Castroville. And she will step into the box. It's final across the way. The baseball stadium, the Northeastern Huskies, 14-8 winners over the HBU Huskies. There's a check swing. He appealed down to the first base umpire, and they say no. She held up, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Right-handed hitter, making her first plate appearance of the day, and there's a strike. Outside corner at the knees. Evens up the count for Gwendon at 1-1. Ready to go. Windmills and delivers in her half this time. And she gets a call again down low in the zone, and it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Sets and delivers. There's a roller to third base side. Sidlick comes in, shoots the throw over to first base. And Bushman makes the play, 5-3 on the putout. And that's out number 2. It'll bring up Maddie Merrick, the third baseman, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts today here in this game. And takes a fastball up and away. 1-0. Right-handed hitter. Merrick had a hit in the first game. She was 1 for 4. Pitch misses outside. Ball 2, 2-0. With 2 outs here in the 6th. Huskies trying to get these final 4 outs to complete the sweep. Get their record back up to 500 at 3-3. And there's a pitch up and away. Ball 3, 3-0. 2 runs, 4 hits, an error for TSU. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Huskies. And there's a pitch up, over, but outside the zone. And it's going to be a 2-out walk for Merrick. She will go to first base, and we'll get another pinch hitter here for the Tigers. And it will be Aubrey Ford. Ford, a freshman from Willis. Going to see her first activity of her young collegiate career. Looks like another pinch hitter in the on-deck circle if Ford should reach base, and there's ball 3 way outside. Gwendon got the final 2 outs of the opener. She is now 5 2/3 into this one. And the pitch is swung on, chopped foul off the leg of Ford while she was in the batter's box. So the count stays at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ford backs out and looks down the third base line at her coach in the box there. Ready to go again. Gwendon looks in for the sign, and windmills to the plate. Shot, third base side. It's going to be knocked down by Sidlick, and the throw across is in time to get Ford to go into first base as Sidlick stuck with it. And she gets the third out of the inning on the ground out to third. So the Huskies give up a walk. The Tigers strand a base runner. No hits in the inning. And we head to the bottom half of the sixth inning. The Huskies with a 4-2 lead on the Husky Sports Network.
It would be great if human beings were great at being human. And if all of mankind were made up of kind women and kind men. It would be wonderful if common knowledge was knowledge commonly known, and if the light from being enlightened into every heart was shown. It would be glorious if neighbors were neighborly, and indifference a forgotten word. It would be awesome if we shared everything, and being greedy was absurd. It would be spectacular if the golden rule was golden to every man. And the good things that we ever did was everything that we can.
Treating others like we'd like to be treated has always been our guiding principle.
Marriott Houston West Chase, a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
Bottom half of the sixth inning, Haley Melton, Heidi Jaquez, Autumn Sidlick. 1, 2, 3 hitters due up here. Face off against Bailey Daniels, who's out there for her second inning of work. She recorded the 3 outs after the first 3 batters in the fifth inning reached for the Huskies, including the 3-run homer by Demi Yannick. So she's got an inning under her belt. And there's a roller up the first base side, and Melton's going to beat it out as the first baseman, Saunier, had to come in to field that one, and just no play left as Melton got by Saunier before the ball got to her. That'll be a leadoff single to start the bottom half of the sixth inning. Melton now is 2 for 3 in this start here in the nightcap. She had a double back in the second. Adds a single. There's a bunt. It's going to be popped right back to the catcher. And Jaquez is going to be put out on a foul pop to the catcher. And that is Padron, who's re-entered the game behind the plate after being pinch hit for in the top half of this inning. So with 1 out, Melton still at first. And here is Autumn Sidlick. She had a 2-run homer in the opener that at the time gave the Huskies a 5-0 lead in that game. Here's the pitch from Daniels. Catches the outside corner. Evens up the count at a ball and a strike. Here in game number 2, Autumn is 1 for 2. She scored after the base hit to lead off the fifth inning. There's an off-speed pitch called strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sacrifice bunt back in the first inning. Struck out in the second. 1-2 count here. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped foul down the third base side. It'll roll down toward the left field corner. So we'll wind it up and do it again with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Looking ahead to the top of the 7th for TSU. They've got the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up. There's an off-speed pitch. Misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. One out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Runner on first. There's a chopper foul straight down off the instep of Sidlick. I don't know if she's feeling pain or frustration about that swing, but she steps back. Count stays at 2-2. Daniel's already ready to go, and there's a little Nubber right back out to the mound, knocked down by Daniels. She'll stick with it and get Sidlick at first. It will move Melton down to second base, put her in scoring position. With 2 outs now here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And here's Emma Gwendon stepping in. She's 0 for 1. She was pinch hit for in the last inning. There's a ground ball to short. Clean pick for the shortstop Castro, and she throws across in time to get Gwendon, and that's the 3rd out. So we head to the 7th. Huskies with a 2-run lead, trying to finish it out and close out with a sweep here this afternoon. We'll have it for you here on the Husky Sports Network.
Do you know how fast you were going, son?
Call me Ed.
Do you know how fast you were going, Ed?
You mean exactly?
Yes, exactly.
No, not exactly. How fast?
Fast.
Faster?
You were going very fast.
Fast is my job, officer.
Fast is your job?
Yes, sir.
What kind of job?
I deliver, sir.
What do you deliver?
The world's greatest gourmet sandwiches.
I thought Jimmy John's had the world's greatest gourmet sandwiches.
Jimmy John's does have the world's greatest gourmet sandwiches.
So you deliver for Jimmy John's?
I deliver for Jimmy John's.
So do you always deliver fast?
I always deliver fast.
How fast?
I deliver subs so fast you freak.
It's not smart to freak a cop, son.
You didn't order Jimmy John's sub, sir.
So if I did order a Jimmy John's sub, when would I get it?
Now.
What if I don't want it now?
Then call later.
Or I can pick it up myself.
Or you can pick it up yourself.
Because I'm pretty fast, too.
I'm sure you are, sir.
Very fast.
I believe you, sir.
Faster than you.
No way, sir.
Way faster.
In your dreams.
You dissing me, son?
No, sir, I'm polite.
Fast and polite?
Very polite and very, very fast.
Is that a challenge, son?
No, sir, it's a fact.
Let's burn rubber, kid.
It wouldn't be fair.
Why not?
You've got a fully blown V8 Camaro with slicks and headers.
So?
I've got a 10-speed bike.
I'll let you off with a warning.
Jimmy John's Subs, an official sponsor of HBU Athletics.
What's it mean for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 716, to send someone to your job site? It means electricians that pass basic trigonometry, calculus, or algebra are sent to your job site. It means electricians familiar with OSHA compliance are sent to your job site. It means IBW electricians made a conscious decision to improve their life and the lives of others. What does it mean? It means everything. To be the best, hire the best.
The time is now to hire IBEW.
Top half of the 7th inning. Emma Gwendon back out in the circle to try and finish this out. Pick up her 2nd win of the young season. She's going to face a pinch hitter, Kelsey Riley, to start it off here. Redshirt junior from Belle Chase, Louisiana. Got into the opener and is making her first appearance of the nightcap here. Gwendon had finished her warm-ups and was ready to go. Now getting the pinch hitter announced. It looks like she'll be followed by Sierra Cawthorn, another pinch hitter here. Kenzie Wilson started this game in the number 8 spot in the lineup. She is the second baseman. Haley Castro, the shortstop, is due up as the number 9 hitter. But it looks like we're going to see a couple of pinch hitters instead. So it will be Riley to lead things off. She will pinch hit for Kenzie Wilson, and then Sierra Cawthorn will pinch hit for Haley Castro. Riley, left-handed hitter, stands in against the righty, Gwendon. Huskies are in at the corners, watching for a bunt here to start the inning. TSU looking for base runners, and Sidlick comes charging in. The first pitch is taken for a ball, ball 1. Brooke Bushman is in about halfway down at first base, and there is a bunt fouled off the third base side. Evens up the count at a ball and a strike. Riley looks like she's got pretty good speed and got up the line quickly that time. So Sidlick and Bushman stay in. Lotz and Yannick are in as well. Everybody around the infield looking for a bunt here, and there is a bunt shown by Riley, but she keeps the bat back and takes low. Ball 2, 2-1. Huskies scored first in this nightcap in the second inning. Gave up a couple of runs to fall behind. There's a strike called. Again, Riley running up on it as if to bunt. Takes all the way into strike 2, 2-2. But then answered with 3 in the fifth. The home run by Yannick. They've got a 4-2 lead here. 3 outs to go. There's a chop foul back up into the screen. Riley stays alive, but with a 2-2 count. Wyndon stands out in the circle, looking in, ready to go now, and delivers. There's a roller, third base side, scooped by Sidlick, and a quick throw over to Bushman at first base. And there's out number 1. Well, after she couldn't get a couple of bunt attempts down, Riley just tried to slap that one. I think the idea there was to try and get it by Sidlick at third base, but she did not, and Autumn gets her at first for out number 1, and it'll bring up the pinch hitter, Sierra Cawthorn. Cawthorn, a freshman from Santa Fe High School. And she swings at the first pitch, loops a little humpback liner out to shortstop, and Yannick on the first pitch retires Cawthorn. So quickly 2 outs now, and the Tigers are down to their final batter here, potentially. Short. Emily Villarreal, 5'5" sophomore from Nolan Catholic High School, will be the third pinch hitter. She's batting for Zariah Robbins, the center fielder. Villarreal, right-handed hitter. Seeing her first game action this afternoon, and she takes inside for ball 1, 1-0. Huskies winners of the opener, 6-2 this afternoon. To go to 2-3, here's the pitch. That one comes inside. I think that one went off the bat of Villarreal. No signal. Right-hander's back in the box, and we're ready to go. Gwendon rocks and delivers. Pitches up. We'll see if it's a 2-1 count, and it is. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs here in the 7th. Emma Gwendon looking for win number 2 on the season, and she throws one up and away. Ball 3, 3-1. Villarreal reaches. The number 2 spot in the lineup is due up, and that would be Moreno. She came in as a pinch hitter and stayed in the game. There's a shot foul off the first base side, up and over the stands. And the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Since the 3rd inning, Gwendon has just allowed a 2-out base runner, a 2-out walk. And there's a second 2-out walk she's allowed since then. No hits since the 3rd. But with 2 outs, this will bring the potential tying run to the plate. And we are going to see a pinch hitter from Moreno. It's going to be Lauren Banks. Banks played first base in the opener. Freshman out of Ridge Point High School. Right-handed hitter, and she will bat here. Steps in as the potential tying run in this ball game, and also as the potential final out. The Huskies hope. Uriel down at first base with the 2-out walk. Now the 4th consecutive pinch hitter here of the 7th inning for the Tigers. Gwendon ready to go. Delivers, swung on, foul down the right field side. That one's going to get down into the parking lot. And it's an 0-1 count. Banks steps back in and takes a strike on the outer half. At the knees, it's 0-2. So now down to the final strike. Banks, who was 0 for 4 in the opener, trying to keep the Tigers' hopes alive here. Gwendon trying to slam the door on him. Here's the pitch. Up and in. The ball and 2 strikes. 4-2 is our score. Huskies went 1-3 last weekend over in Mississippi. They'll be on the road next weekend in Natchitoches, Louisiana, trying to take a couple of wins with them. Here's a pitch low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Banks got behind quickly, 0-2, but now has taken a couple of pitches outside the zone. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. She stays alive. Shoots another foul the opposite way over into the parking lot down the first base side here. And the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner on at first base and 2 outs here in the top half of the 7th inning. Gwendon trying to finish a complete game here, and there's a swing and a foul tip. Jaquez could not hang on to it, and so Banks will stay alive at the plate. Still with the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Gwendon ready to go. Windmills delivers, misses inside, just missed off the inner half. You hear the fans down below. Huskies fans wanted that call from the home plate umpire, but instead it's a full count. If Banks reaches, Tevin Tate steps in. Here's the pitch. Ball 4 low. And back-to-back walks with 2 outs here. Will bring Tate to the plate. She's got a double and a run scored. She's also drawn a walk. Struck out. We're going to get a pinch runner down at first base. That's the potential tying run. So we'll get a runner for Banks. Warley Barker, the head coach of the Tigers, looking for a pinch runner, and it is going to be Julia Bilbao. Now Bilbao's headed back to the dugout. He wants a different runner. And it is going to be Emma Ortiz. Ortiz re-enters the game as a pinch runner at first base. So Ortiz, who started this game as the right fielder, was replaced by Moreno. Is now going to re-enter the game, and you got to imagine if this thing were to keep going here, and the Huskies hope that it will not, but Ortiz would slip back into the right field if that's the case. Tate, though, is going to bat. She's the left-handed hitter. We're also going to get a pinch runner out at second base as well. And that's going to be Zariah Robbins, who's going to re-enter. Villarreal pinch hit for her, drew a walk. And now Robbins is going to go resume her spot in the lineup out at second base. She re-enters the game as a runner out at second base. Ortiz re-enters as a runner at first base, and they are on as the tying runs with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. And left-handed hitting, Tate steps into the batter's box. 1 for 2 with a walk, and here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball that stayed on the outer half, and Tate swung through it for strike one, 0-1. Tate struck out her last time up in the 5th inning. Gwendon with the face mask on, out in the circle, ready to go. Delivers, swing and a miss. Tate couldn't lay off another pitch on the outer half, and it's 0-2. So again, 2 strikes on the hitter, down to the final strike. Huskies up by 2. Tevin A. Tate at the plate. Here's the pitch. Misses off the outside corner. Smart move by Gwendon, trying to get her to bite on that pitch off the outside corner. She just kept moving a little further out off the edge, but has a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Ready to go again. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's the ball game. Tate strikes out, and the Huskies will wind up with a sweep here this afternoon of the TSU Tigers. They will move their record for the young season after 2 weekends of play to 3-3 overall. And they will head up to Natchitoches next weekend to play in the Lady Demons tournament hosted by Northwestern State. Look at the final totals here in our nightcap. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Huskies. 2 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the TSU Tigers. Huskies left 8 runners on base. TSU left 7 on base. Emma Gwendon will be the winning pitcher. Chelsea Baxter will pick up the loss for the Tigers here this afternoon, as they will drop to 0-3 to start their season. But that will do it for us here from Husky Field this afternoon. 2 nice wins for the home team. And we will sign off and say see you next weekend. If you want to join us over for men's basketball, have that for you coming up at 6:40 Central Time tonight on the Husky Sports Network. But for now, we say so long and dogs up, everybody.